snowy, cold and now a little bit drizzly Austria. But look, we are here for a very exciting reason. Now, when you think of the Mini Electric, you think fun little electric go-kart that won't get you very far. But things are about to change because today we're test driving the brand new Mini Electric. Good news, this will get you further. Slightly different news, the interior is completely different. Come with me.
Right, first things first, don't forget to subscribe to the Electrifying YouTube channel, and any information you need on EVs, then you'll find it on our website. We're here to help. Anyway, let's take a look inside the new Mini Electric.
Right, first things first, you've probably already noticed that everything in this car is covered in blankets. And that's because I'm actually not allowed to show you anything that's going on inside the car, which is really handy when you're a video presenter. But let me tell you what's going on underneath here, right? This is the world's first circular OLED screen. Yeah, you're gonna kind of have to use your imagination here, but it looks awesome. I have seen it with my own eyes, but you're not allowed to, or we're not allowed to film it. But there's a big OLED screen under here and everything is housed in here. So if you don't opt for the head-up display, all of your driving information is in here. Your climate controls will be in here. Your everything, your maps, etc. all in here on this one lovely screen. But what it does is it makes the cabin feel, as much as it's covered in blankets, it makes it feel quite funky and very mini. Like it's simplistic but funky at the same time, which is very mini.
Okay, to give you a rough idea of the OLED screen, remember when Tom got to see the Mini Aceman concept? That's what it kind of looks like. And let me tell you, it is really intuitive, very sharp. Maps look great on this thing. Do you want to hear something cool about the maps, by the way? There's an Easter egg, so you hold your finger down on the arrow and then it turns into a Mini. Not just that, but it matches the colour of the one that you're driving. Oh, I wish I could show you. Ah, never mind.
Also what they've changed in here, this is a slightly smaller steering wheel, which actually makes it feel a bit more go-karty, if I'm honest. It's got what I would like to describe, strong chuckability. Because actually, while we're driving on the track at the moment, I took this for a proper track test earlier. And I was able to really chuck it round the corners. I put it into go-kart mode, which makes a noise from like go-kart sort of woohoo noise when you change it to go-kart mode. And I chucked it round this corner, got it sideways, and it helped me get back into a nice straight position. It was really impressive. I feel like this car is a go-kart, but I have so much control over this car. I completely and utterly trust it in a really beautiful mini style way. Other things they've changed in the cabin. The seats are slightly wider, but also the cabin feels more spacious, which I know doesn't make any sense. But the way they've done that is like they've put the armrest on top of the chair, or they've attached it to the chair, so down here feels a lot more spacious. Again, I know you can't see it.
You're just going to have to take my word for it. One thing that you can spot is no more chrome. Instead, you have vibrant silver. So the badge, the bits behind the steering wheel, the door handles, etc. No more chrome. It's gone. Just stylish, modern, classy silver instead. Another thing that you can't see is the start-stop switch. That has changed as well. It's now a turn to start, like a little round key. Very retro. Right, what's it like to drive then?
From driving the previous or the current outgoing Mini Electric compared to driving this is quite brilliant. Naturally, you've got a low centre of gravity, so it means when you do throw it around a corner, it's got really good stability. The grip in this thing is brilliant. I'd say the steering is slightly lighter than it was before, not as heavy, but I do feel completely in control of this car. It's a good bloomin' fun go-kart is what it is. So this officially goes into production in November, as well as the combustion version of the new Mini Countryman, which again, I'm not allowed to film. But then the electric version of the Mini Countryman goes into production in March, which again, I've also seen, but I'm not allowed to film. That's the joy of a day like today. we get to film absolutely nothing, but I thought it would be a really good idea to bring you along on this journey and tell you as much as I can. So when it comes to the new electric Mini Cooper, you've got two versions. You've got the Mini Cooper E, which has 181 brake horsepower. It's got a 40 kilowatt hour battery. So it will give you around 190 miles range, which is about, 50 miles more than what's in the current Mini, which is a really big difference. And then you've got the Mini Cooper SE, which has a 54 kilowatt hour battery. That gives you 214 brake horsepower and around 248 miles. And I can feel your sigh of relief through the screen right now because, yeah, it's a Mini Cooper that you can actually take on a blooming long journey and have a great time with it. Fantastic. Because when the Mini Electric first came out, that was the biggest downfall, wasn't it? It's a Mini. Everybody loves a Mini, but it just didn't get you very far. But now these new versions, I think they're going to be big sellers.
Right, there are still bits of information that haven't been released yet, like charging speeds, etc. But as soon as we know, all the information will be up on electrifying.com.
So thank you so much for joining me. I know we kind of showed you a bit of everything, but then also showed you nothing at the same time. But look, it's nice to take you behind the scenes. You can kind of make out the styling of the Mini while we're here. You can see it's a bit shorter, a bit boxier, which isn't a bad thing. I know you're not allowed to see the Countryman just yet, but I was allowed to take a couple of photos, which I'll show to you now. See? You saw everything but nothing at the same time. I can't wait for this thing to come out though, and I can't wait for it to go into production because I honestly think this is nothing but a winner.
Well, I hope you enjoyed our behind-the-scenes trip to Austria. As always, check out our website for anything you need to know about EVs, and we'll see you next time.